Alright, what's poppin', people? It's Dante, just getting my day started here outside with the sun. And yeah, Sunday. This is a pretty nice day so far because I found a patch of light. You know, that's square one. Had an espresso. Now I begin my walk. You know, I think that we're designed to be outdoors. Human beings are biped people. The motivation is in your legs. And I actually think that we should be outside for 12 hours a day, no matter the conditions, right? Real life is in the outdoors, outside your window. And, you know, I find the most thrill is when I'm on the road to nowhere, without any preconceived ideas or notions of where I will go. And I try to embrace that and go with the flow here in Philadelphia, in my hometown, a lot of the time. Sort of just follow my intuition with every decision I make. I think that is a critical thing to consider when sort of just operating in the world in general. You know, just follow your intuition, right? If you feel like doing something, do it. The moment you feel like you're done, yeah, just stop. I think that our gut instincts are usually the right ones to follow, honestly. So I'm just starting off here in Rittenhouse Square. Beautiful park. Beautiful outdoors, off the grid, and now I'm on the grid. William Penn laid out the grid for me. Currently on Walnut Street. You know, he laid out these streets and parks. He was the man with the plan. So I'm on the grid, but I'm off the grid in my mind. And yeah, let's see what I can find. I think that the idea with this sort of street photography stuff is you kind of just gotta open yourself up to the infinite possibilities, right? The street is empty, and you may think that there's nothing to photograph when you see an empty street, if you're caught up in any sort of ideas of what your photography should look like. But once you break free of those ideas, I think then, and only then, you can go out and experience the world with this sort of fresh pair of eyes and newfound perspective on things. Yeah, that's my belief. You really do have to return to the beginner's mind and embrace the idea of being an amateur and just forgetting everything you think you know. You know, I think we know too much about what makes a good or bad picture at this point. So at this period in time for my photography, yeah, to let go and just let the chips fall as they may, let my intuition lead me, and just be in this sort of state of play brings me the ultimate joy. And yeah, I find that just opening myself up to possibilities that I otherwise would overlook in the past, yeah, it brings me to this state of bliss where everything and anything becomes photographable. It really doesn't matter. Because if I consider my previous process where I would be photographing life and really focusing on people mostly, you know, I wouldn't be outside right now. I mean, just look around. There's nothing going on. There's no event. There's nothing to photograph, right? There's nothing really happening. But the mundane life is what we should uplift through our photography. And I kind of feel as though the mundaneness, the mundane everyday things, that's actually the most sublime thing to photograph, because you wind up creating something out of nothing. You know, to create something out of nothing requires a keen eye. And I believe in order to achieve that state of production where everything is photographable, you must slow down, right? To stop walking so quickly on the street and to look at the way they drop spaghetti. What are they dropping spaghetti for? Got the Ricoh GRIIIx and the Ricoh GR3 in the pocket. Mom's spaghetti. It's funny to come out after a Saturday night and you see on Sunday morning all of the sort of chaos that was of sort of all these things that were left behind by people. This dude is blowing his snot out. Oh God. I can hear it from all over here. And the skeleton is cool. Are we a bag of bones in a skin suit? I'm starting to think that we're more than that, but The flesh is the technology. That's the quote that is on the box of the Vibram 5 Finger shoes. Flesh is the technology, something along those lines. And I think even in terms of humans, you know, we are flesh, and when two humans reproduce, perhaps that's becoming one flesh and creating something out of your own. So flesh, it actually is the technology, you know. And we're the components to this big supercomputer. That's what I would have made. I feel like turning down this way. Anytime I feel like turning a street or moving my 2 feet in a different way or whatever, I just go with it. I don't really have any plans. These big plants, these are awesome. These are huge. Look at that. It's like a big drum. Or like a launch pad. I could launch myself with one of these. I remember playing a game for the PlayStation 1, Bugs Life, the movie, the Pixar film, and you could use these plants and put them down to then reach higher surfaces. Life is the video game. I like thinking of it that way because you become sort of the character to build, and I think increasing your strength is the quickest way to achieve that sort of feeling of life being a video game where, yeah, you become stronger, you're able to lift heavier things, you're able to walk further distances, and then you see the results in the mirror. It's nice. I actually was thinking about these like ideas that I see a lot through like these notions of like weight loss and calorie counting. I actually think that's one of the biggest scams, because what we seek is to lose fat, and the irony is, in order to lose fat, you have to eat more fat. And I think fasting is something that's overlooked in the modern society we live in because of all the yummy food options, and people are just quick to grab snacks and things. And yeah, to actually just eliminate all of those things from your life and to abstain is, I believe, a powerful mode of living where you're not dependent on these things. You know, I'm even starting to think perhaps coffee I should just eliminate, because at the end of the day, it's just one of these habits. Like, I don't want to have a habit of drinking coffee all the time. I remember a point in my life where I just didn't even drink it. I only started drinking it when I went to Vietnam. I mean, I would drink it other places. I guess I drank, yeah, I don't know, I drank it before then too. But there was something about like the coffee there that was just really good. So I was drinking it all the time, and now I'm hooked on it, I guess. But perhaps it's maybe not even that necessary, because I don't know, I feel like I get my energy up just through weightlifting. I don't really think that you need it. Vegan friendly, gluten free. We need a carnivore friendly location, but that's not profitable. So we have all these juice and vegan places that open up, and I don't really get it because a lot of the stuff that they sell isn't necessarily healthy. I'm starting to think that the fruits that we are mostly just like candy with good conscience, even if it is a smoothie or some sort of juice or fruit. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's particular fruits that provide more benefits than others, but if you consider the way in which they farm these things and you look at the labels and you start reading into the fruits that they sell in the stores, yeah, maybe they're littered in poison and pesticides and things. Like, I don't know, I don't really trust eating fruit anymore. I kind of just remain skeptical to the food source. But to eat beef liver, now this is a new thing for me. I haven't actually experimented with it too much, but for the past 2 weeks I've eaten beef liver once per week, and I'm going to continue implementing the organ meats in my diet because I believe that they provide a lot of nutrients. The beef liver seems to be a superfood, so yeah, maybe it's a good idea for me to just eat that instead of fruits and other stuff. You can just get everything in the meat. You know, just regular beef alone has everything I think you need. What's funny is when I mention the carnivore diet to people, they're like, oh, you shit? You must shit like weird or something. It's like, dude, it's normal. Like, you poop normally. You set your circadian rhythm, you look into the sun, you go to bed on a dime, you wake up before the sunrise, you take your shit. I guess that's the benefit of coffee, and maybe it actually helps with setting your digestion, or whatever, I don't know what you call it, yeah, digestion or something, like something for your bowel movements, I don't know. But I seem to poop just fine. It's funny when you mention it to others. They seem skeptical about, you can poop when you eat meat? It's like, yeah, dude. It's funny. I tried the eye round from Costco, the beef eye round. It's similar to the lamb leg that I tried. However, the lamb leg is tastier. They're both good, but yeah, the lamb leg is tastier. The problem is, I think, you know, I just add, I just add salt and garlic powder. And, you know, I'm starting to think that, like, a lot of the sauces aren't good. Like, if you look at the back of the sauces and stuff, they have all these chemicals in there. A lot of sauce has high fructose corn syrup, sugar, and things. So I don't think we should eat sauce with our steaks if you're doing the carnivore diet. I'm starting to think that just butter, that's how you can increase the flavor of beef, and maybe there's some benefits to it. I just picked up this grass-fed butter, so I'm gonna see how that tastes, and maybe that's the solution. It seems that mustard doesn't have too much. It seems like mustard's just like vinegar and like garlic powder or like salt or water. Like, mustard seems maybe safe. I don't know. But when you read the other sauces, it's like, yeah, this isn't good. Just read the back of the stuff that you consume and then consider if you want to put it into your body. I don't know. Hydration is critical. Water. We're made of water. Hey, the sun's over there. I don't know, I mean, I've been drinking these sparkling waters and still waters from Liquid Death. They're good. But yeah, maybe I can just start drinking the tap water one day. The problem is, I trust the water in Rome, but like, there's something in me that's like, yeah, the water in Philly, like, I don't know. Because there's no water fountains anywhere. Like, what's up with that? Like, when I was in Rome, being able to just grab water left and right wherever I was such a convenience, where I would actually carry one of those bottles around and fill it up all the time. Here, it doesn't even, I don't know, you can't find them. Or if you find one, rarely, they don't work, so it's weird. They have all of these Link Philly Wi-Fi phones and tablets and things. Whatever this thing does tells you all sorts of information. They'll install those all over the city, but they won't put water fountains down. Something that actually promotes health and wealth. It's weird. The colors, the trees changing is so beautiful. Oh, my Ricoh's already out. I was like, where is it? It's nice. I have the crop mode feature set to the side of the camera on the Wi-Fi button. So now I'm at 71 millimeters, just zooming all the way in to capture the way that the light is reflecting off that building. And yeah, it seems to be a really useful feature for me. I really do enjoy using that sort of crop mode. It's awesome. It just gives me unlimited possibilities where I can go all the way from macro to telephoto. And using the small JPEGs and the high contrast black and white allows me to not really care about the quality, sharpness, and those things. It's not a big deal. It all looks aesthetically beautiful straight out of camera. So, the sun, let's go. Just chill here for a bit. It's so empty Sunday morning. I wonder if they're preparing for Thanksgiving Day parade, or maybe they put these barricades up because I heard protests last night from my window while I was eating my dinner. My favorite thing is when the sun makes you sneeze. I wonder what that connection is. I already had my sun sneeze when I was waiting by the bell when I started the video. But I think that's like a nice simple pleasure in life, is having the sun sneeze in the morning. I love that. I think with photography, a lot of the times we're looking at the patterns and the shapes and the forms and looking at these shadows and lines. Yeah, it's very simple, but it allows you to sort of play. And I think that just recognizing patterns in nature, yeah, it's important. The patterns in nature are everywhere.